That right there is the sound and look of an empty table, and unfortunately that is what we don't want here at Tech Yes City when it comes to buying used PC parts, because it is the end of the month and that can only mean one thing. That is, we're going to look for some used bargains and fill this table up. So strap on in, get your used PC parts hunting capes on, and let's go find some deals where we've actually already lined up 2 different graphics card deals. So let's go jump in the Yesmobile and go see what they are.
Never pay full price for Windows 10 or 11 again. With today's video sponsor, SCD Keys, you can get activated for as little as $15 using that coupon BFTYC. Links in description below.
Where are you going, my beautiful friend?
And we have just secured our first deal right here, and it is a GTX 1660 Super, and they wanted $150 for it. We came in at $100 and they agreed to that, so I'll put the USD pricing up on the screen as well for you guys to know how much we are paying for some of these GPUs. Now, in terms of graphics cards, I do need a restock on my sort of entry-level GTX cards, so like GTX 1066 gigabyte, GTX 1070, and also 1660 Supers and things like that, because I'm finding these GPUs in low-end banger PCs are moving the quickest out of any PCs I'm selling, and so I've got to restock the GPUs very quickly. And speaking of that, we've actually got a GTX 1078 gigabyte that we've lined up here for $120. Now, they were asking, again, just like the 1660 Super, $150, and then I negotiated with them and they came in at $120. And we've actually got to keep the wheels rolling now and go pick up these bargains. So we've actually just landed this GTX 1070 right here, and it is in really good condition. And they've also showed us a video of it working, so I know this one works perfectly. The GTX 1660 Super as well, they showed that up and running. So we've already got 2 pretty solid deals here this month, and it's only the morning. So it's actually 10 a.m. in the morning here on a Tuesday. So maybe weekdays is pretty good if you want to hunt for bargain GTX cards. But in terms of other GPUs, I have put out a heap of different offers on so many different parts already from this morning, and I'm waiting for people to come back to me. Now, there was an interesting ad that I did put an offer on. It was for an RTX 3080 where they're asking $500, and I came in at $450 because that's already a pretty good price at the 500 Aussie. And they said that they then lived like 5 hours up north. And I messaged them, I said, well, I thought you were only like 40 minutes from where I was. And they got back to me and they said, well, I don't know how to change the location. So maybe they can't sell it in the town where they're from, but they've shown me video of it all working and everything like that. So it does seem legit, but they said they'd post it. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of like how you get scammed. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to ask them to do actually PayPal and put a PayPal in, like a invoice in for PayPal with the product, the description working perfectly, and then they can add a tracking number. And if they want to sell it that way, I'll do it that way. So that's the only way to do kind of private deals nowadays, in my opinion, is to have some sort of recourse. So I'll think about that one. I've actually got to do a bit more research because I'm on the road. But speaking about being on the road right now, we got to go see Les and see what kind of deals he's got cracking, because I'm actually right around the corner from him where I picked up this GTX 1070. So let's go see what the road has for Tech Yes. So this is a little bit different to the usual parts hunt, where we are back at the Tech Yes studio. And this was because when we were at Les's place, he actually warned me that there was a massive storm coming and I should hurry up and get everything I can get done and get back home. And he wasn't wrong. Like, this storm is absolutely crazy that's come over, where visibility is really low. Actually, on the last leg of the highway coming home, I couldn't even barely see a few cars ahead. It was like a Randy Orton RKO from the top ladder when it comes to the weather gods. That's what they delivered right here. So this is the Les deal. We'll go over this first because we actually ended up picking up another deal before the storm ended up coming down. And so what we got off Les, I'll show you guys on the table here. It is 5 OEM PCs, all 4th gen, 2 of them with i7 4770s, and also 4 monitors, as well as, I think it was 48 gigabytes of DDR3 memory and 2 power supplies. And so we got all this for 490 Aussie dollars, and that's a pretty good deal considering I've got the bones now for 5 potential gaming PC setup flips. So the deals from Les are always pop-a-loppin', but let's clear this stuff off the table because we did get another GPU, and it's a pretty interesting one. And now it's time for one of the most exciting things in a gaming PC, and that is the graphics cards, or as you guys like to call it, the Gravis cards, because of my previous poor speech in a previous video, and we've just rolled with that ever since. But we got this GTX 1070 here, GTX 1660 Super, we've already vlogged those. And then we got this right here, the RTX 4060, brand new in the box. The guy said, who I picked it up off, he was asking 470 Aussie. I just put in an offer of 400, and he said, sure, come and get it. And so we've got this for, if we would adjust it to USD pricing, it definitely comes under the MSRP. So that's always a good thing with the new 4000 series cards. I do look out for these, and if I can get them even just a little bit of a discount, it does help, because I have sold a PC with a 4060 in it and it did move very fast. And I'm guessing the person who sold it, they just probably need more power than a 4060 can give. But yeah, I mean, that's the game, guys. I don't hold too much attachment at all. Actually, I hold pretty much no attachment to any of these parts. It's just what sells and what moves. So that's the deal so far. We are now going to give the weather a little bit of time to calm down. Hopefully this storm moves over so we can go check on some more deals and see if people get back to us as well. And hopefully we can score some more bargains. Beep, beep, beep. Do you hear that sound? That is the sound of the deal radar pinging off with 2 GPU deals. So let's go jump in the Yes-mobile just after I stop this chair and stop getting dizzy and go get these deals. So we have now just picked up 2 GPU deals here. First was the RTX 3070. We landed this for 300 Aussie dollars. They're asking quite a bit more, but I saw it was up for sale for a while and they just accepted the offer. We got that one. And then we've also got here a RTX 4080. Now this is probably the most expensive purchase I've ever done in the history of used PC parts hunting. And that's because I've actually been selling a few RTX 4080 PCs. And so I'm restocking one more of these, and I got this for 1,500 Aussie dollars, which would make it around 1,000 US, which for this card, you can whack it in with a high-end PC and actually do a really good job on making you some profits. So got those GPU deals there. It's time to go back, as my wallet's pretty much empty now. Time to go back to the Tech Yes studio and talk about, also test these cards all out, even though they showed us the RTX 3070 working fine. But still, you want to check all these cards out, make sure everything's fine, and also see if there's any more deals. And with all that out of the way, we are now at the finish line, and we've got another used parts hunt full of ripper deals. Do let us know in the comment section below what was your favorite deal of this month. For me personally, I would say, I'm just gonna come out and be a bit basic here, but I'll say that GTX 1070 8GB. I mean, this card holds a special place in my heart, and it just, I mean, the thing is, I'm gonna give you guys the real spill on it. It just, they fly off the shelves in a gaming PC. For some reason, people still love the GTX 1072 when it comes to buying a budget PC. So that's my favorite deal of the month. Do let us know yours, but you may also see that we got 5 NVIDIA cards this month and no AMD cards. And that's because I've already got Radeon cards here and I've tried selling them in builds and they just don't move. I even had people who messaged me after I sold a PC and they were telling me that they wanted a PC similar to the one I sold. And I said, well, how about this one with a more powerful RX 6700 XT, for instance, over the 3060, and they just said, no, I want the 3060. And so that's the power of NVIDIA's marketing, at least here in Australia. It's crazy how strong it is. And it's, as an individual, I can't fight it, right? I'm gonna lose a sale if I keep trying to push an RX 6700 XT in the build. And so, I can't do anything about that. So, the NVIDIA power, the Green Goblin, is just too strong in this instance. And so, yeah, that's what I've got to keep supplying to the market. But there's also this ad that'll sum up where I am locally, the differences where they were selling a heap of PC parts, and you'll just see all the Radeon cards are still there and the NVIDIA cards are just sold out. So it's one thing that if you're flipping PCs, try to understand that dynamic in your market. It's actually really important to understand because I know in Germany, for instance, I got told in Germany, they like Radeon cards a lot. So if you're in Germany flipping PCs, you'll probably be doing a lot better and maybe even making more profit than you would selling, say, an NVIDIA graphics card in a PC. So it's all about where you are locally. That's a trend with used market. What's your local market comfortable with? What are they hungry for? And just deliver that. The last thing to talk about, of course, is inflation, the markets. You guys probably want an update here. And what I'm seeing all around me, I'm actually going to make a dedicated video on inflation, especially how it affects tech and things like that. But what we're seeing right now is definitely some dangerous cues that prices could be going up, right? We've seen that RTX 4090, we've seen that even being driven up in price by the demand for its AI applications. And so, of course, when that demand comes in from external forces, as we've seen with crypto, that can drive GPU prices up. But what I'm seeing right now is it could go both ways. Is AI just more of a boom? Is it going to settle down? That's a possibility. Or is it going to keep going? Is the average guy going to get into this like crypto and start driving up the prices of GPUs? And so at this point in time, I think it's more towards the former, where I think it will fizzle out. But that being said, the used market, I think, is going to be where the value's at, especially if you're looking at just price performance. As we saw here today with the deals, it's really good on even new RTX 4000 series stuff. It's really good on especially RTX 3000. I think that's where the real value is right now. Incredible bargains, especially with that RTX 3070 for 300 Aussie. But also when we look at another portion of the inflation data coming in, it's showing that a lot of people, if we look at Australia, for instance, there was some recent data that came out that said the real disposable income that people have is going down. So people are getting poorer in Australia. And so when that happens, they're going to stop spending more money on things like PC tech, because when it really boils down to it, what we've actually seen over the last year especially is that this is a luxury item. It's not a necessity. And so you can't eat your graphics card. I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there that might try to do that. Let me know how you go, but yeah, it's not a necessity. And so what we've seen is the demand coming away from actual PC gaming and tech and going to things that people really need to survive. And so that is a trend that's still going to take place, I feel. So how's that going to combat the AI demand, that remains to be seen. That's one thing I can't predict. Is the average person going to be getting into, oh my God, I go out and buy an AI PC? And I'm kind of leaning towards no, because unlike crypto, the AI, how's that gonna make you money? So at this point in time, I really can't see any green sprouts coming out of the ground showing you that this is going to be another crypto boom. AI doesn't look like, at least yet, it has that element there like crypto had for the gold rush to take place. Ultimately, when it comes to PC gaming, you've probably seen that prices are really cheap, especially on your mid-range PCs, where it's at personally. I think that's going to continue at least for another few months. And so if you've been looking to get into PC gaming, now is a really good time, especially on the used market. And hopefully that's a good update for you guys. And with that aside, I hope you enjoyed this month's used PC parts hunt of the month. If you did, then be sure to hit that like button, and also let us know in the comments section below what deals have you been picking up. Love reading your thoughts and opinions as always. I'm gonna go quickly try and build some PCs to flip, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out for now. Bye.